Welcome back, it's Jay, and today I have another amazing opportunity for you with a company that's willing to pay you to become a software engineer. The company is currently valued at over $1.7 billion. And if you think that's too good to be true, wait until I tell you about the 17-year-old that used his program to become a software engineer. If you have no degree or experience, that's perfect. They actually prefer that you have no degree or experience. Now, watch this whole video because I'm also going to do a comparison between this program, college, and coding boot camps to let you know why this is probably the best option for you rather than wasting money with college or coding boot camp. Also, stay tuned for the whole video because I'm going to give you tips on the application process to increase your chance of being selected. So, let's hop right in. Now, the company I'm referring to is called Multiverse. You can see it right here on their homepage. Their tagline pretty much explains it all. They said, "We're building an outstanding alternative to college and corporate training via professional apprenticeships." So that lets you know that the only focus of this company is to make sure that you're able to get into your career without going to college or boot camps. They want to be the alternative to boot camps and college. So they have no other focus. So I want you guys to understand that just from the beginning. Now, they do have other programs, but like I said, the focus of this video is for software engineering, but I do want to mention the other programs that they do have. So they do offer opportunities for aspiring data analysts, for digital marketers, for people who want to learn more about digital businesses. They offer that type of information, but like I said, the focus of this video is for software engineering. So let's go ahead and dive into this program and learn more about it. But first, let's talk about Alex. Alex was actually a 17-year-old college student who fell in love with programming. He picked up Python, did a few personal projects, really fell in love with the creativity and problem solving involved, and just wanted more. He was majoring in computer science and then got overwhelmed with all the theories and non-hands-on work in college, and eventually did a web search and found Multiverse. He applied for Multiverse, got a call back a week later, and then after a slight nudge from one of his professors, dropped out of college and pursued his dream. Using this program, he became a software engineer at the age of 17 years old, living in the UK. So, software engineering. So let's talk about how it works. So it's a 15-month program. Free tuition. Again, you pay nothing. There are some companies that actually charge you for this type of programs. They get you in the door, they train you, they make you pay money back once you get a job, which seems a little predatory to me. But this is completely free. So it's an apprenticeship, of course. This is for aspiring software engineers. I've had experiences where, people want you to have all this experience coming into the door, like even entry-level software engineers. They want you to be proficient at all these things coming into the door. This company understands that you're not going to have all the answers or even most of the answers, and they want to help you to become successful and get you with a company for you to be successful. So these are the only requirements to apply. This is the US version of the site. They do have a UK version, and I can put that UK link in the description. But specifically today, we're talking about the US version. So the only requirement is to have the right to work in the US, to not undertake any other work or schooling during the apprenticeship. So the reason they don't want you to take any other work or schooling in is because of the structure of the program. So the way it's structured is pretty much you're going to work a full-time job. They're going to find you a full-time job. Say, just for an example, let's say they get you a job with Apple. So most of the time you'll be working with Apple actually on the team. You're not an intern or anything. You're not getting anybody's coffee. You're not doing any kind of mundane tasks just to say that you were there. When they get you hired with this company, you're actually going to be doing real software engineering work. So 80% of the time you're going to be working for Apple, and like 20% of the time you're going to be doing work in your training. That's why they said you're going to get paid from day one, because you don't train and then get the job. No, they get you the job and then you train while you're at the job through both, your experience at that job and through Multiverse. That doesn't mean that you have to quit your job right now when you apply. That just means that when it's time to start, they want you to be able to clear your schedule out. Number 3, you have to demonstrate an interest in coding through personal, academic, and professional projects. Now, if you know what software engineering is and you've actually, dabbled in it a little bit, I know a couple of free code camps you can go to, like Free Code Camp, Code Academy, things to get your feet wet. So they don't expect you to be an expert or anything, but they do want to make sure that you are interested in this. They don't want to get anyone placed in with a company just for them to realize, oh, I don't really like software engineering. They want to make sure that you have a legit interest in it. You've done a little work to know that you are passionate about it and you want to follow through with your career. It would be a bummer to everybody if you get there and decide that you don't want to do this anymore. So I think it's a pretty reasonable ask. And four, have a school diploma, GED, or associate's degree. That's pretty, self-explanatory. So considering how normal software engineering positions are, I think this is very lenient and open as far as the requirements to accept someone into this program. So one of the things I really like is that they want to teach you how to become a full stack developer. So they want you to be able to do the front end and the back end. And if you do a quick Google search, you'll see that full stack developers make a lot of money. So let's just do a quick Google search and see what we're looking like. Okay, full stack developer salary. So according to Google, and of course it looks like they're looking it up based on the area I live in Atlanta, Georgia. They say the salary typically falls between $84,000 and $111,000. So that's pretty significant, especially if you have no degree or no experience. So I think that's a valuable skill that they're willing to teach you, for free. So let's review the modules. Now, up here it says it'll take about 15 months. And like I said, fortunately, this is while you're working, so you don't have to wait 15 months and then get hired and then get a job and hope everything works out. That's not how it works. This is going to be at the same time that you start your job, you're going to start this training. So the modules have a 12-week boot camp. That's months 1 through 3, months 4 through 6. It's the back end where they work on, developing your back end development skills. 6 to 8 is just development. 8 to 10, front end development. Months 11 to 13, deep dive electives. And I guess you pick what you want your specialty to be, from front end, back end, mobile, cybersecurity, data engineering. And months 14 through 15, you're going to do your final project. So that's pretty much how the training will go in conjunction with your actual paying career position. Now let's compare this apprenticeship to boot camps in college. Now, the tagline really says a lot. The smart route for a changing world. I understand, and I'm sure you all do too, that, years ago, college was the only option. It was the kind of the end all be all. But things have changed a lot. And now there are other options and other alternatives. I like this chart because I think it allows you to actually look through at each of the benefits and see if this is really what you want to do, if these benefits are worth it, and just to analyze the big picture of things. So let's jump into it. I'll go through each one line by line, and you can come to your own conclusion. Of course, I'll share my thoughts on everything, but let's go. Now, a huge one, the first one, stay debt free. As someone who's paid 6 figures of college debt, I can definitely say staying debt free is really not much of an option for most people when it comes to college. I know for boot camps, I did a quick Google search and it looks like the average price of a boot camp is about $13,000, I think $850. So most people are putting that on their credit card. Most people don't have that just laying around. Now, earn while you learn. Now, we can definitely say college and boot camps, they don't pay you. The awesome thing about this apprenticeship opportunity is that from day one, from the day that they place you with the company and your training starts, you start getting paid. So they don't train you first and then find you the job. No, they find you a job, and then once they place you in that position, then you get paid from the employer and trained at the same time. So once you step away from whatever you're doing, your day job, whatever's taking up your time, your college, your school, whatever you're doing during the daytime, and accept this program, you're going to get paid. I mean, when it comes to college and boot camps, there's really no comparison. All right, next, tailored career guidance from industry experts. I have a little maybe a biased opinion on this. From my experience in college, I met a lot of great people and smart people, but I wouldn't call them industry experts. The things they were teaching were quite outdated to me, and I found them pretty much useless when I got into my true IT career. So I wouldn't call them experts by no mean. Boot camps, I think you probably get a better chance of getting an expert. But the question becomes, are the people that are teaching you in boot camps, are they actually in the industry, or are they just full-time teachers of this information? But I think I would give, I don't know what's between an X and a check, but I would give kind of in between to boot camps because I think there's a better chance of you getting updated information from boot camps than college. And clearly the multiverse is up to date on industry information because the company that's hiring you wants you to be able to perform in their environment. They're not going to sign off on a curriculum that's outdated just for you to work for them and not be able to function. They're going to make sure that the curriculum is up to date so that you can be your best when you start at your position. Next, work at incredible companies. I was a little confused about this. Uh, I guess they're saying you can work at incredible companies after these opportunities. With college or boot camps, I don't really see you working at incredible companies. College is, a school. You're not really working at a company unless you have like a side job. Boot camps, of course, that's a kind of a learning environment too, a more intense learning environment, but it's also not working at an incredible company. Um, Multiverse places you in an incredible company and teaches you while you're there. So I would give the check to Multiverse if they want to consider it. After you leave all of these, you can then get hired with an incredible company. But I think Multiverse definitely gets the edge on this one. Join a global community. Now, I definitely say for college, I met a lot of great people there, a lot of great professors, but I would by no means call it a global community. For boot camps, the same thing. I imagine that, people that go to boot camps probably have great relationships, meet peers that are looking to build the same type of career, but it's not a global connection. Multiverse, from what I understand and what I researched, they have a huge community where alumni spend a lot of time speaking to current candidates and people who are currently working towards getting placed in their career. So they have mentors and coaches and alumni and from all over the world because it's not just based in the US, of course, it's based in Europe as well. And they work together to motivate, encourage, and give guidance to each other. So it's truly a global community. And the last one, become part of an incredible network. I would say this is an extension of join a global community. I do think, college makes you part of a network, whether it's your class, the people you meet, just being associated with that school or being alumni. I'm not really sure how it goes with boot camps. I'm not sure about the connection with the actual organization after you kind of graduate and you're done with all your projects. I know they are big on just alumni and staying connected within Multiverse. So I can definitely say that they do a good job there. I give all of them a potential check, but I would probably give an edge to college and the Multiverse apprenticeship. So let's go into the application process. Before we dive into detail, I wanted to show you what they have on their website as the step to apply. They have a what I consider a high level overview, which is check if you're eligible, build your profile, we'll be in touch, and land apprenticeship. So this is very high level for the actual application process and process of submitting yourself as a candidate. It's more details that I think are very important that you need to know and be aware of. So let's dive into that. So once you actually start the application process, it's going to ask you normal information, your name, email address, all of that. Maybe I think it's like 5 different sections or pages of personal information, and it's not really. It sounds like a lot, but it's not much. So you'll get through those 5 pages just fine. Then you'll land in this area where you'll be able to create a profile and manage your profile. And this is where things get a little interesting. Yeah. So the first thing I want to show you is the profile section. So let's go to the profile section. So you'll see here I have my code name Joe Test, and you'll see this is the information they want you to fill out. They want you to add a video, a short video to describe yourself, talk about your story, so you're showing through some about me statements, worker experience highlights. So this is the area you'll use to wow them. So you can consider it like a professional software engineering dating profile. You're trying to make it appealing so that when they take it to another company, the company will like you, and they'll select you also. So they're trying to pretty much make it a match between you liking the company and the company liking you. So this is all they have to go by, since they can't actually meet you in person initially. So this is very important. Definitely what you want to do is, add a video. Make sure that you put a narrative together. Okay, so we talked about Alex. Alex has an interesting story about how he grew up fixing things, and he was just really into tech, and he used to fix televisions and electronics, and he found Python and started building things, and he fell in love with it, and he was passionate about it. The main thing you want to convey to them is that there's a pattern of you being engaged or being interested in software engineering. This isn't something you just woke up yesterday and say, hey, I want to do this. You want to make them feel comfortable putting you in front of companies and pretty much putting their reputation on the line for you, to know that, hey, if you hire this guy, he's still going to be around, next month, next year. They want that security of knowing that that you're a lifer when it comes to software engineering, that this isn't just something that you're just trying right now. So that's the main thing. You want to build a narrative. You want to be able to tell a story about you so that you're memorable to them. What you don't want to do is, hey, my name is Joe Test. I need a job, so I figured I'll give this a try. You don't want to do that. You want to build a narrative, like I said, that shows that you have interest in software engineering, that you're passionate about it, that you have history of building up towards this moment, and this is a lifelong dream to obtain a position in this area. That's what you want to sell them. That's going to get you hired. That's going to get you called back. So also just sell your curiosity, your eagerness to learn, your eagerness to collaborate, passionate about what they're trying to do, and somebody who is able to be molded or mentored into the type of candidate or employee that they want. That's what you want to do. That's the impression you need to leave with this short video. So I think this video is probably the most important part of this. It's pretty much the first thing on your profile. So it's the first thing they're going to see, both the people or the team at Multiverse and the companies that they send it to. The video is going to be the first thing they see. So you definitely want to take that seriously. Have a decent camera. You don't have to go out and buy a big 4K camera or anything. You can use your phone. Phones are pretty good at this point. But you want to make sure you have a good video that kind of captures your story and all the things that I mentioned. The next section is adding 3 about me statements that helps bring your personality to life so employers can get to know you better. So you definitely want to be personable, but you want to bring out your good qualities that will make you a good employee. Like I said, this is a dating profile pretty much for companies to hire you. So you want to point out good things like you're passionate about problem solving, you're dedicated to efficiency or something like that. Just, find out things that are true about you and make them into statements. I think this is interesting. I don't think it's the most important thing, but you definitely don't want to say anything crazy that's going to make them say, no, not this guy or not this lady. Put effort into everything, but I think, the most important thing is the video. So yeah, add your 3 statements. Of course, you put your work experience. If you don't have any work experience, put what you can. You can put projects you worked on. You can put places you volunteered at. They just want to know you're active and you're doing something. Even if you don't have work experience, you don't want to come off as someone who's never done any hard work or worked on any projects or even had personal projects that they worked on. You want to be somebody, you want to come off as someone who's put effort in. That's what they're looking for, a pattern of effort. Next, highlights: sharing at least one personal project, course, position of responsibility, or award you've received, no matter how small. So, like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. You should have done something by this point, even if it's a personal project, a course. You've done something in software engineering. Even if you need to hop onto like the sites I mentioned before, Free Code Camp or Code Academy, and get some work done, but you should have something to show for the time you've put into actually being passionate and learning about software engineering. So that should be, pretty straightforward. And one more area, this is not really necessarily related to the application process, it'd be more related to the job finding process. If you go to jobs, you can see that they have a ton of opportunities. So let's just go to one, just for example, software engineer. And as you can see, this one looks like it's based out of Fort Worth, Texas, paying $64,000. So this lets you know that these opportunities and apprenticeships are real. So that's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you apply and take advantage of this opportunity. Keep me posted. Let me know where you are in the process when you apply. And until next time, peace.